I went back through every episode of 2025. These 10 moments sparked the strongest reactions from you this entire year. Welcome to Taboo to Truth. I'm Karen Bigman, midlife sex and relationship expert and certified sex educator. Today, I'm celebrating the biggest, boldest, most transformative moments from 2025. This year gave us conversations about desire, menopause, pleasure, identity, relationships, and the ways we grow as sexual human beings in midlife. Whether you've been with me from the beginning or you are brand new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here because this is a very special episode to wrap up an amazing year. I've pulled the top 10 most memorable moments, the ones you shared, the ones you replayed, and the ones you told me opened something new for you. Let's get into it.
Number 10.
How did you start actually talking? I mean, a lot of your content is extremely graphic.
Yeah.
To the extent that censorship falls into play, it is what it is. But
Very graphic. I posted a video yesterday that now has 300 or 250,000 views on Instagram. And it was just me saying, I love getting fingered. I have a kink, as in I come really hard by getting properly by someone who's really good at I would squirt every time. And it's one of the best feelings in the world for me. I'm sure a lot of women love getting fingered. I just said that out loud and people were like, oh my God. I think to be upfront the way I am, to be upfront, graphic, and funny is the only way to be for me, because that's who I am in real life. And I want it to be authentic. If I wasn't authentic, it would come off and people can feel it. And if people feel it, they don't believe in the message.
yeah.
Number 9.
What are some of the things that men do, quote, wrong with their masturbation practice?
All right, now we're getting into the nitty gritty right here. Because honestly, the majority of men masturbate incorrectly. And some of you may be listening going, how in the world can you masturbate incorrectly? As long as you're not hurting yourself, what could possibly be incorrect about it? Well, there actually are a few things. Now, if you never intend on having a partner at all, and you just want to relieve some pressure because you're feeling super horny, okay, you can pretty much do whatever you want. However, like I said earlier, how you masturbate is also how you're training your body to show up in the bedroom with a partner. So some of the things that men do wrong. Firstly, they go way too fast. Most men will, 0 to, 100 miles an hour, and they ejaculate in, less than 3 minutes for most men. If we look at the stats, there have been several studies done over the years on how long men last with penetration, right? So when they're having sex, how long it takes before they ejaculate. And the average is 5 to 7 minutes. That is an extremely short period of time. And when you contrast that with women who take 25 to 30 minutes to achieve orgasm, you can see that there's a big disparity. And this is what we all refer to as the orgasm gap, right? So it is in your best interest as a man to learn how to last longer. But as they say, this is true in sports and it's true in the bedroom too. How you train is how you show up in the game, right? So if you wanted to run a marathon and you only ever ran 5 miles at a time, what's going to happen when you show up to run a full marathon? You're not going to be able to do it. And it's the exact same thing here with masturbation. When you go too fast, when you focus on the destination, which is I'm just going to have an orgasm and ejaculate as quickly as I can, you are setting yourself up for failure.
Number 8.
Then there's something I call sex snacking, which is basically little things that you do that are slightly intimate and sexual, but they're not quite out there. So maybe it's touching them on the back, the small of their back, or putting your arm around them when they're not expecting, or walking up to your partner while they're doing the dishes and grabbing them from the back and giving them a little kiss. Just like a little anticipatory kind of thing.
Number 7.
Some of the reasons you might have low libido: you could be exhausted, you could have little kids, or maybe you're working really hard and you have parents that are aging. There could be a million reasons that you are very tired, and that could decrease your libido. Boredom, you could be bored. It's like the same sex, I call it wallpaper sex, the same sex every time, and just you're not that interested in having sex that's not very good. Could be relationship issues. No drug is going to fix a relationship issue. If you hate your partner or you guys aren't getting along, you're not going to want to have sex with them. Are you taking SSRI medications for depression? Those are known, or some other medications that can reduce your libido. Are you very stressed? That can reduce it. So there's a lot of stress in your life. How's your overall health? How are you? Do you have diabetes? Are you overweight? Are you not physically active? All these things can affect your libido, in addition to hormonal changes like those related to menopause.
Number 6.
There's also issues when your testosterone drops. So for women, it's a more drastic drop, but for men, testosterone gradually drops, but you could be at that moment where it's so low it's affecting your erections. Barring any medical issues though, what can happen is that the more that you have a soft cock, the more you're afraid it's going to happen, and then it starts to get into your head, and you just sort of make yourself, make it so difficult for yourself to get hard. It can lead to difficulties in bed and stress. You might stop sleeping and worrying about it. You might have certain medications that are causing it. You might want to figure out what's causing it. But one of the things I teach my clients to change so that it won't be as big an issue is to redefine sex. Because if penetration is always the goal, then it will get in the way and it can ruin your experience, especially if soft cock is an issue.
Number 5.
Women lose testosterone when they go through menopause. Testosterone can help you with libido and orgasmia. It can help with many other things. Brain fog leading to osteoporosis, Alzheimer's, muscle mass. But what you may not know is that women, when they're in their 20s, actually produce more testosterone than estrogen. So don't be afraid of testosterone just because it's associated with male. There is data to suggest that it helps with low libido and anorgasmia. I will tell you from personal experience that testosterone has definitely helped with that for me. Testosterone can also contribute to better sleep. It helps with mood. There's evidence to show that it helps with hot flashes, definitely with keeping your bones stronger. There's even evidence today that suggests that it may help either prevent or reduce the advancement of Alzheimer's. Testosterone is something you definitely want to consider. Now, sometimes doctors will prescribe it by itself. Sometimes if you're already on menopause hormone therapy, estrogen and progesterone, it is an addition to it, right? So if you are interested in going on testosterone, your doctor will probably want to test to get a base level of your testosterone. Testosterone for women needs to be given in proper physiological levels. So if your partner, husband, brother has testosterone, do not take them. I actually have a friend that took her husband's testosterone and was so horny she was ready to basically anybody who walked in front of her. Well, you might want to be that horny, and that's a different conversation.
Number 4.
First of all, I have never hit on a younger man in my life. I haven't had to. They come after me. If you are a woman on these cougar dating sites, trust me, you will be buried in the onslaught of approaches. Even I am gobsmacked by the number of younger men who want to date older women. And when I say date, I mean date, not just have sex. And I think the reason even I was taken aback by that is because it is still not socially acceptable in our society for older women to date younger men and vice versa, as it is for the other way around gender-wise.
Number 3.
Number 3 is all about the clitoris. Penetration is most often not enough. Orgasms from penetration, it's likely that there's also some clitoral stimulation going on. Get to know that clitoris. It is the magic pleasure organ. Get to know the G spot, the A spot, the U spot. Know what feels good for her. It's not extra credit to learn about the clitoris. That is the main story.
Number 2.
Best orgasm you ever had?
Oh my God. How much time do we have? Our bodies happen to fit together extremely well. The way that our bodies were built was very conducive to a pleasurable sexual encounter. And he had a lot of upper body strength and was holding me up
And I had essentially what I've come to understand is like a Kundalini awakening. I felt like a lightning bolt shot right down through the top of my head, splitting me in half, hitting my cervix. I was high for 3 full days. I drove home that night and had to pull over on multiple occasions because I could not see. My eyes were like blurring back and forth, kind of as if you'd taken a drug, like your eyes kind of dart back and forth without your control. I was having that kind of experience. It was a life-changing experience.
Wow. Wow. How does it go from Harry
I
met
want
Sally?
what she's
I'll have
having.
what she's
I'll have
having.
what she's having.
Number 1.
All the sex educators will tell you that communication is the key to great sex. Now, communicating can mean a lot of things. It can be physical communication, how you touch somebody. It can be how you look at somebody. And it definitely is how you speak to somebody and how you talk about sex. The more that you talk about it, the more that you ask your partner what they like, the more that you tell your partner what you like, the better your sex is going to be. And remember, the more sex you have, the more sex you want, the better your sex gets. Make time for sex. It is something that is equally important to prioritize in your life for your health. Sex, especially for a couple in long relationships, it takes some planning. Yes, scheduling sex. It doesn't need to mean we're going to have sex at 6 p.m. on Saturday night. It could just mean that you give yourselves enough space and time to do it. Like, give yourselves a few hours, or make sure you have a vacation every so often, or that you have time that you know is going to be allotted to intimacy, whatever that intimacy ends up being. Lubricate. Especially for women as they age, we need to make sure there's lubrication. But lubrication's kind of fun. It makes everything slippery. It makes the penis slippery. It makes the vagina more penetrable, but it also makes the fingers more slippery. You don't need to just use lubricant on the genitals. You can use it all over the body, and it kind of makes it fun and slippery, and it's just a great thing to add. Next thing I'm going to say is be creative. Don't stick to the same sex you've been having your whole life. Try different things, whether it's trying different times of day, afternoon delight, whether it's trying different types of positions, whether it's trying it in a different room, whatever it is, be creative. Try new things. Thank you for being with me and for being part of Taboo to Truth this year. These conversations work because you show up ready to learn, ready to question, and ready to talk about the things everybody else avoids. If one of these moments today stood out for you, share it with someone who needs it. And if you have your own favorite moment from 2025, let me know in the comments. I want to know what shaped your year, and be sure to stay with me as we head into 2026. We have more real conversations coming, more honesty, more growth. So grab your favorite drink and keep me on speaker. It's time we broke the silence.